Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carmen and this is Holistic Healing with Holy Spirit. Thank you all so much for joining me. Well, I have an awesome story for you guys. I have two rambunctious sons. They are teenagers. Yes. And so when my youngest son was younger, he loved to go in our backyard and play in the dirt, and we all done that. I remember growing up, I loved to play in mud and play in the dirt. So one day he was out in the backyard and he was just having a great time, playing in dirt, digging through the dirt. And, he loves bugs. And so he's like finding worms and finding beetles and finding grubs and all kind of bugs. And he's just out there just having a grand old time. And so what happened is that while he was out there, his hands are covered with dirt. His hands are covered with, whatever was on these, bugs, bacteria. So at some point while he was outside, he rubbed his eye. And some bacteria, either from the soil or from those bugs that he was playing around with and picking up, got into his eyes. And so, I didn't know anything about it. So what happened is, he came in, he washed his hands, and, we didn't know anything. And so he went to bed. And so the next morning, I called both of my sons down for breakfast, and they come down, and I turn around and I see my youngest son, and I was just like, oh, what is going on? His eyes, oh my God, you guys, his eyes are covered in white crust. It's like his eyelashes were white. There's white crust all around, all on the top of his eyes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on with you? I mean, it looked crazy. And I was like, what happened? And so he told me, he said, Mom, all night I felt liquid just coming out my eyes, all through the night. And so I'm like, wow, what happened? And so I start to investigate, and I found out he was playing in the dirt and picking up bugs, and that at some point he had rubbed his eye. So I said, oh, you have an eye infection. Yes, that was the worst eye infection I have ever seen I have never seen anything like that. I mean, his eyes were covered in white film and crust. This white stuff was literally coming out. It might have been clear, but it turned white once it dried, coming out of his eyes. His eyes were infected with some type of bacteria from what, was on his hands the previous day. And so the Holy Spirit led me to give him chopped raw garlic. Yes, you guys know by now, if you've been following my channel, I am a huge fan of garlic. That stuff is so powerful. It has healed my family and I from so many different things. And so his infection was a bacterial infection, and garlic is antibacterial. It's also antifungal and antiviral and anti-parasites. So, I mean, it pretty much covers everything. And so I gave my son the raw chopped garlic and had him swallow it with some juice, and everything was healed. It totally cleared up that horrific eye infection that he had. So I just want to share that with you. If you get some type of eye infection, if you get something in your eye, some type of bacteria, that is causing, something to come out your eye, or you feel, that there's bacteria there, you want to get some raw chopped garlic. And so you can do maybe about 2 to 3 cloves per day and swallow it with some type of juice, so you don't really have to taste that taste. And I'm telling you, just after a few days, you're going to see everything just clear up. Usually if we use garlic for medicine, depending on what we're using it for, within 2 to 3 days it's cleared up. If it's something more serious, we may go a whole week with the garlic, but usually after a few days, it's all cleared up. So I just want to share that with you guys. Garlic is so awesome, and it will clear up pretty much any bacterial infection that you have in your body. And this was an eye infection. So thank you all. I hope this information blessed you and was helpful to you. Please share your story. I would love to pray for you, whatever you're believing for healing in your body for. And I just ask you all to subscribe, comment, and let me know what's going on with you guys. Share your natural remedies that you use to heal your body. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope to see you all next time. Love you guys.